Pi has some decent software that runs a web server that streams video off the camera. I had kind of a nice setup in here, and this battery, it doesn't last the whole day, or I mean through the night. So since then I've done my trinket, Arduino trinket. I experimented with a relay, which in the Arduino trinket has a nice little light sensor which tells me when it's dark out, so you can like turn the Pi off, right? But the relay wiring, which is basically a red wire that is extended, is what taught me that in 2019 I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and so when I wired up this nice little toggle switch here, I actually created a fantastic recipe for shorting. Because I connected black wires to, and I had the two red wires connected to the same terminal. So like, yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of worked, but yeah. So anyways, also the problem was I had originally ordered switches, and it's a 3-prong switch, which is cool, but we just need a way to toggle power on and off so that in the event that this thing is deployed in the field and I'm like, I don't want to climb up a ladder, take the camera down, all this kind of stuff is, we're using this nice little pretend video camera setup. And yeah, so what we have here is, the idea is that we have these nice solar panels that we've purchased from Adafruit. We're using this nice, awesome Adafruit solar charger thing. But like back when we put this together, for example, we didn't really know what we were doing as far as soldering, and so I made a lot of poor decisions. Also, I was just trying to figure things out. At least I attached the heat sensor to the charge controller, so we never had any incidents with our battery blowing up or something crazy or melting. But yeah, so we're gonna take this all down. We're going to wire it back up so that it uses our trinket Arduino, which is pretty sweet, and it can detect low battery, and it can also detect light, fluctuations in light, so that it can turn off our Raspberry Pi Zero, which is connected to our wireless network, which is using our cameras. Also, we have better cameras since then too. Now, I should note that I found this design, which is pretty cool, and so we need to work on this case some more. But this is the this is my design here so far, 3D printed off of one of these places, where this is a night vision camera. It also has a motion sensor system on it, and it has we can put a nice Raspberry Pi 4 in here. So this is a nice bigger container, but we want to probably package it all up into something more like what we started to work on here as well, which is a 3D printed. Of course, our 3D printer is too small to print this tower here, so you can see how it's smashed. The top, it got smashed. Fortunately, it didn't cause a fire, but there's actually surprisingly little space in this larger form factor. But and there goes my Pi shooting out of it. But yeah, we're going to work on this too. The other thing we figured out is that it's super nice if you use something like a Pi shim or something like this that can give more power voltage to the Pi, because it really would prefer to get 5 volts, but this thing's only kicking out 3 volts from the 3.7 volt battery. Shocker. So this also is what we can hook the Raspberry Pi, or I'm sorry, Arduino trinket from Adafruit to. And I'm using the 3.3 volt ones, and tonight we're doing our first test to see if it gets through the night, because if it gets through the night, then it will wake up our Pi, which is deployed on a field. and then hopefully I'll be able to rewire this. And once I'm done rewiring this, we'll have more than one camera. All right, that was fun. Bye.